Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is under fire again. Now I don't know why these people keep having this woman on their shows, man. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, man, she come. This is funny. You know, she done been on Cam Newton's show. She got exposed. Tasha K exposed her. She went over to Paul Pierce, and Paul Pierce just laid her out. Paul Pierce said, "Ain't you from Inglewood, man? I know you. I know how you get down." And he really exposed her. He had her on there stuttering, right? She's one of the women that always try to come on there and tell you what to do, how you should be doing things. She ain't never been married, never had no kids. She's been allegedly exposed as being part of the Skittles crew, a whole bunch of stuff, but she's supposed to be a doctor, right? But she's under fire because a lot of people have been questioning, you know, the way she does things. Now, she went to this party and she had on this scantily clad clothes, right? See-through, cooch lips hanging out. I mean, like literally hanging out to the point where she had to cover herself, right? She out there and she went on the Joe Budden's podcast and they was basically, you know, pressing her like, yo, how you a doctor and you out here giving these young women advice and you out there, you got your boobs out. I mean, literally your cooch hanging out because you got this lace see-through with no drawers on, no nothing. Like you just wilding out, right? And, you know, they asking her that, but she getting pushed back to the things she say and she just start like, you know, in Dr. Cheyenne Bryant fashion. Let's get off into it.
That's who was that? Because I'm a start off so slow.
Y'all so nasty.
Stupid,
Y'all
dog.
so
I thought you looked amazing.
Listen,
I think it's too.
and this is the other thing, right? Yes, it was a black tie affair.
Mm-hmm.
But Jeezy's rapping about trapping and dope dealing and hood stuff. So, I mean, it wasn't like I was at an opera.
You was on your trap queen.
A gospel. I mean, I'm at a gospel concert. You know, so it was, for me, I had a tail behind my little lace, and it was black tie for me. And again, remember, like Doc rolls how I want to roll. I'm not here to be validated by anybody. I liked my outfit. I liked it. Even when I got downstairs in Vegas, I looked and I told my best friend, I said, girl, I said, I don't know.
This is validating.
I don't know if this is going to be black tie. And then I looked again, I said, you know what? I'm rolling with what I want to wear.
All right, but that's different though.
Yeah.
Like, because you acknowledging that's not black tie. You just saying I wanted to do this anyway. That's cool.
She said the tail was her version of black tie, Freeze.
Yeah, that's what I did say. But
I understand you, but that's we know what black like. Would you wear that to a wedding? To if it's a black, would you wear that to the Oscars?
That's why I said I wouldn't wear it to a wedding.
Now, because of her background and she's been called out by so many people and she's been exposed, you know, they start poking at her, right? Because the ship is leaking oil. And mind you, she's supposed to be a doctor, but this is the way she's conducting herself, right? I guess she's this modern. She get to do what she want to do, however she want to do it, and she can, right? But she's always criticizing other people for their behavior and the way that they present themselves to the world. Well, she presents herself as a doctor, this relationship guru, telling young girls how they should be moving, but then you show up to a party with your coochie hanging out, right? So when they start to press her, she starts to get real manipulative and tries to shift the conversation on to somebody else.
I was talking all the world.
What did you say?
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
You weren't talking.
You want
about what
refreshers?
was under it, right? More than
I
anything.
was talking all the about her decision making that night.
What'd you say?
We started having the conversation of should certain professions appear out in public a certain way.
I love that.
And
Oh yes, I remember that.
yeah.
You said you saw your lawyer in the club.
You
one
said
night.
your
He was like,
lawyer.
yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Got it.
Go ahead.
I gave an example of many years ago being in a nightclub and seeing my entertainment lawyer in there 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, cool, I'm getting rid of him the next day. That's not somewhere that I want to see that me.
Well, he was in a strip club, you said?
No, it was a regular nightclub.
Oh, a nightclub?
Just a regular nightclub 25 years ago where he was representing me, and now it's 2 in the morning, everybody, and you bumping into your entertainment lawyer for me, and I might have been on an island with that. I don't want to see that. So because you're talking to women,
And men.
but your message, right? Because of your message, for us to see you in the black lace with the green underneath. Yeah, I ain't know, Doc.
So let me ask you this,
know,
Joe.
Doc.
Let me ask you. So as a professional, high-level professional woman, I have to live by the ideology of what my clients and what my fan base feels. So I have to live in dogma. I don't get an opportunity to be exactly who I am. I don't get an opportunity to have a day off. I don't get an opportunity to say, listen, I'm Dr. Bryant 90% of the time on stage, in session, on the pod, on social media. So I have to stay in my CB estate, in my resort style home, and be Cheyenne there. I can't come out of you guys' box. I have to live in dogma. And let me be the one that deals with my imbalance by living in dogma so that I can appease all of y'all who had an issue with it, because I'm a professional. That's a question.
If you're asking me, that is exactly what I'm saying. But not for you to be in a box, and not for you to appease anybody else. I think
But that's not a box?
But listen to me. I think with your newfound success and your newfound level of fame, unfortunately, yeah, that's the life we chose. You can go do all of those things to feed self. You just can't do it like the next chick.
I think it's also different because you did post it on social media, no?
I posted it, yep.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with what you were wearing, by the way.
Now, this woman is the biggest fraud ever, right? So she's saying that she got to live in somebody's box. No, you don't have to live in a box, but you can't be an enemy to your message. Right? You know, I come on here, you know, and I talk about being married for 26 years. I show my kids, my grandkids, my everything, right? And I talk about the black community, the way we treat people. And then you see me online cussing people out, calling people kinds of names and doing all kinds of wild stuff. No, that'd be contradictory to my message and the things that I talk about, right? She claims to be a doctor, and she was really getting at, she tried to get at Paul Pierce. She got at Cam Newton about his behavior. She talks to women about carrying yourself a certain way, maintaining an image a certain way. So she could have went out and she could have had on something real nice and real beautiful, but you went out and dressed like you was a Luke dancer, right? And you did it on purpose because you wanted the attention that you're getting now, right? Because she loves the controversy. Then she posted it. So now when she gets pressed about it, she acts like she got to live in somebody's box. No. You the one decided to go online and start talking morally and tell women and men how they should be behaving and how they should conduct themselves. So how we now get to see what your coochie look like? I'm confused, right? So the guy Parks that was on the show, he started to press her, and she started turning it. It got much worse. She turned this whole conversation into about race and everything else.
But like you said, that you got to be Dr. Cheyenne Bryant on social media, on the pod, on so on and so forth. But then this kind of infiltrated that because you posted it.
Well,
that's the only point I'm speaking to.
I got
I'm completely fine.
I like when you talk because you always come with the white privilege, you know, very different perspective. So I like it. No, see, I wasn't saying that to poke. I like it, Ish, because he comes with a different perspective.
Who says that?
Me. It's the truth. He comes with a different perspective.
Was it with white privilege?
Yeah.
White privilege
perspective.
Where's the privilege part?
Hey, don't game on her, yo.
Yeah, she got it.
I'm trying to ask you.
Hey, yo, cream and cream. Cream and cream, nigga. Hey, yo, cream and cream.
No cream and white. Nigga,
if you want to ask me,
yeah, I want to understand why would it be dignified as white privilege? That's it.
I don't care about that part. I care about the question.
He doesn't care about it.
If you don't care,
so the reason why I said that was because white privilege is exactly not knowing that your perspective is standing on a certain level of, you know.
You don't have to be judged in that way.
Privilege. A certain, not prejudiceness.
I said privilege.
Privilege, yes, privilege of, you shouldn't have done that. However, you posted it, and I have no problem with that, but I'm just saying, but you posted it, and what you're really saying is that you're similar to like the cheaters. So when I say white privilege is, they put things out there, right, to feed a message, but then they pull back as though that's not the message that they're delivering. That is the privilege of manipulation. So can we get back to his comment? That's how I see it. But it wasn't a pun intended like I don't like him. I was just saying that's what happens when you come from a perspective of privilege. Just like you guys are saying my superpower that I use, right? Mm-hmm. That is direct reflection of how I'm saying he's using, when I say white privilege, is that's his superpower of the white privilege in the way he can say things, knowing he's teeing it up to say, you're speaking like a cheater, or hold on, that outfit was a little inappropriate because you're a professional. But
I don't think it was inappropriate.
No, I got it, but you're the one that posted it.
This chick is the phoniest chick ever, man. She just went into white privilege and a whole bunch of stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with what they were talking about. she didn't want to answer. She didn't have no answers for the questions that they was asking her. So she didn't know what to say. That's why she was stuttering at first. And when they first asked her, it's like, what do you mean? And she got quiet. She had to regain her thoughts. So then she went into some superpower stuff and a whole bunch of just gibberish, right? Because like I said, her whole stick is fake. It's fake. Remember I told you, on the internet, you could be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. If you're charismatic enough or if you're pretty enough, you can gain an audience, man. You come on here and just say any damn thing. And people will follow you, right? So she did all that just to get the attention that she wanted. And she's getting it because we're talking about her, right? She hasn't been in the algorithm for some time. Now she's back in the algorithm again, right? And it's just Cheyenne Bryant is crazy, man. It's crazy. But like I told you, you can get a following, man, doing just if you're good enough to draw a crowd, you can make a lot of money online, man. You can make a lot of money doing this stuff. And unfortunately, that's just where it is. Because most of these people online are enemies to their message. They are not who they say they are, man. And it gets worse.
But you're the one that posted it.
Because you said
yes.
On social media, I have to be Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I'm only speaking to that.
So
that has nothing to do with my white privilege, which I'm aware of.
I got
but
you.
carry on.
I got you. Yeah. Are you offended?
No, not at all.
If you are, let's unpack it.
I'm not offended.
Okay.
I just think it's irrelevant to the question, but carry on.
I just want to make sure. Okay. If you are offended, just like he did it again. I said, hold on, wait, baby. I said, you want to unpack it? Guess what he said? Hold on. Because he said, no, I'm not offended by it, but I do think it's irrelevant to the question. That means you were offended by it.
I'm not. Okay.
Can we move on?
Please.
Okay.
See, they turned into cowards because they wanted to press her. But what she did was when she got manipulative and started saying a whole bunch of nothing, they didn't have the heart to. I would have told her, man, listen, we ain't on none of that. You trying to skate away from the conversation that we was having. It ain't got nothing to do with him being upset. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. We want to know why you had that crap on, but you come on here and criticize everybody else about their behavior, about their presentation and the way they present themselves. Go. That's what we'd have said, and I wouldn't have let her move from right there. You are a doctor. You come on and you prescribe this type of behavior for people all the time. But then we get to look at your coochie. And we want to know why, Doc, right? She didn't have no answers for that because she knew that she's being an enemy to her message. They're calling it out, right? Because she talks about family, the church. Remember when Paul Pierce exposed her because she said she was seeing somebody for like 5 years, right? And was either she was saying she was having sex and she wasn't having sex. Like it was just Paul Pierce just exposed. It was over. Tasha K destroyed her, right? So she's very manipulative. But that wouldn't have worked with me because I would have stood on business and said, listen, man, you took it. You done switched lanes. That wasn't where we was. I don't care about none of that stuff you talking about over there. The question that was asked is, why did you do this when you come on and you like to talk about X, Y, and Z? And I would have kept her there. But you already know that the woman ain't wrapped too tight, man. Yeah, she claimed one message about one thing, but we know that she's part of the Skittles crew. Right? She's already was outed by the basketball girl, right? But she claims that that's not the like she doesn't tell the truth at all about anything, right? But that's Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. She wants to come and tell you how you should be married but never been married, right? A person like me that's been married for damn near more than half of my life, y'all won't listen to nothing I say, but y'all go listen to Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. This is crazy, man. And she ain't got no kids, but want to tell Cam Newton how he should be operating with his kids, right? Who was that other person that exposed her about when she was saying something about children? It was somebody else recently, and was like, no, you don't get to say anything about that. You don't have no children. This was recently that she got exposed again. So nobody takes her serious, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, we in an era today where a lot of there's no accountability to nothing. So you can do whatever you want to do. And if people like you, they'll make excuses for you. If they don't like you, they'll throw you in the trash and ruin your career. But if they like you, they'll bury all your secrets under the rug until you do something to make them mad. That's just where we at, man. right? You can get away with anything if somebody like you. But leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.